Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the new Dragonguard class that was added yesterday as the final celebration for the 3-year anniversary of Gems of War. This hero class can be obtained by completing out the Dragon's Claw Kingdom and then doing the little bonus questline thing at the end of it. And yeah, let's get into it, get over some teams. You can find it underneath the hero tab, underneath your class. And once you unlock it, you can change to it for free for that instance. And you can just level it up as normal. Perks are basically just go always into Dragon. This is mainly because it is has a trait that synergizes with it being a dragon, and there's basically no point in using these lesser two. Both of these are the weaker two versions. HP is better and magic is better as far as offensive and defensive, so there's basically no point in ever using anything other than just using it as a dragon type, similar to the Mechanist class in which you always set it as a mech. As far as traits, it gives 2 armor to all dragons, including itself if it's set as a dragon, 40% skull mitigation, which is quite noteworthy as this is currently the only class in the entire game that has any form of skull mitigation. So if you need your hero to have skull resistance, this would be what you'd basically have to use. And the final one, which puts it all together, is the Dragon's Grace, which gives 1 life to all dragons and 1 magic to all dragons every single extra turn that is done. The magic part in particular is extremely powerful since you can loop this with full 4x dragon teams and just get yourself gigantic amounts of damage. And since almost all dragons in the game, about 75% of them or so, end up hitting all enemies at once, gaining additional magic on them is quite potent on things like Christinex and the such. As far as his bonuses, he has the bonus for brown weapons and a secondary of blue, so brown blue arcanes if you need to farm him up, which can be found in Broken Spire. And of course he counts as a Dragon Claw Kingdom as well. As far as the skills, he has a really bad skill set. Really high armor, really high attack. This makes it so he has very low durability, as well as the fact that he has abysmal HP because he has so much armor. So this is one of the worst stat lines on just about any single class, though it does have a kind of unique weapon. It has a Dragon Eye, which destroys a bunch of gems. That's not the unique part though. It has a 100% chance to transform an enemy into a baby dragon. This is completely random which enemy it chooses, but this is currently the only 100% chance enemy transform in the game. It's not particularly potent, but with single target synergy, it can be used to basically lower down the durability of a troop, and it can get rid of really annoying stats that might be on them, like their traits, because it does hit through impervious. It hits through literally anything, so regardless of what state they're in, even if they're barriered or anything like that, it'll still hit through that. So there's really no way for them to dodge this at all, other than just like summoning a bunch of stuff onto their team or just constantly killing out their baby dragon. But yeah, you can very easily disable just about anything with this. It's really random, so what you basically have to do is single target down whatever you need to get rid of, and then kind of just let the Dragon Eye transform the rest of them into baby dragons, and then single target those down, and kind of just keep doing that synergy until it takes it out. It's a lot less potent than I was thinking it would be, but it does have its purpose as it can disable literally anything in the game. So let's get into a couple teams now. I'm going to start off with pretty much just classic 4x dragons. He's of course also using 4x dragons, so that's kind of convenient. But yes, we're going to be running with Christinex, Dragon Soul, Shadow Dragon, and Black Manacles. Been running this quite a bit out of every team I've been running. This one I have definitely been using the most for sure. This team is also going to get quite a bit of a buff very soon. There's a new mythic coming out in about 2 weeks, which is going to have perfect synergy with this new class. So we'll definitely be going over that quite a bit when that does end up getting released. So let's go for a Dragon Soul here. Get a nice little poke and keep it going. One other pretty nice thing about this class, it's a pretty good early game class if you're just kind of starting out. Mainly because there are a lot of low-level dragons that are pretty potent. One pretty nice combo for early game, which I'm not particularly showing, but I do want to mention for any newer players out there, is the Dragotar. He is a rare green-brown from the Dragon's Claw Kingdom. That will, if you set your hero as a dragon, end up buffing it, which can lead to some pretty nice stats for your hero. And given that most early game people, due to lack of options, use their hero in first slot, this would be perfect first slot with a Dragotar somewheres on your team. So let's go for a Christinex here. I don't want to do it on yellow or purple. Trying to get a Shadow Dragon down. One pretty nice thing here is we can use Shadow Dragon to fill up almost our entire team. Everything on this team, except for Christinex, uses purple. But technically, even Christinex uses purple because it crystallizes off of that purple. Fortunately, we already have all of our mana right there, so we don't really get too much value. But let's see. We're just going to move that out of the way. Trying to get a nice Cascade. I don't really see any. Probably already just missed one. But, oh well, there's a... Oh, never mind. We don't even have Christinex right now. What am I trying to do? So that's not going to work. Well, we'll just go and throw down pure damage then. We'll just go Black Manacle into... Oh, Black Manacle's already enough damage. Okay, well, we'll just go for that then. I was going to Shadow Dragon once just to get that last little bit of souls. But yeah, we'll just go for Black Manacle. I sometimes lose track of how much damage you actually end up attaining because, of course, we are obtaining one magic on all of them every single extra turn we do. So you can really start stacking up pretty high. Oh no, Revenge Battle. Okay, let's just clear it real quick. I can't not go for that Revenge Battle. For any of you that don't know, just to reiterate, Revenge Battles do still give twice as much gold as a normal battle. So basically always go for them. It doesn't show it at the end of the battle, but if you check your amount of gold before and after a battle, you will notice that it is indeed 2 times the amount of gold. So definitely whenever you see Revenge, even if it's just on a 1 trophy and you don't intend on 1 trophying, just go for it because it is really, really decent. And as you can see, we have way more enough damage right there. Really, really easy clear on the 1 trophy there. Not the most optimal 1 trophy destroying team, but hey, a lot of fun to use. Guard's Avatar, interesting. That is pretty classic Guard's Avatar team. Haven't really been seeing much Guard's Avatar around because of all the Krakens around. Generally something that doesn't get used as much at the moment, but we actually have a perfect team set up for this next one. That's kind of pretty coincidental right there. We have a Mang, Shadow Dragon, Apothecary, and Bone Dragon. This one is focused more on using the true damage side of the dragon teams. Literally everything on this team technically does true damage. We do armor tier, we do true damage, and we do a armor tier that tears through literally all armor then does damage, which is essentially true damage because it tears through all their armor and then does damage. So it's always going to be hitting their HP since they're not going to have any armor. So right here, I want to try getting something down to get our mana flowing. Looks like green is our only convert unless I'm missing something here. Yeah, it does appear to be our only option, which is quite unfortunate. Wish I could have gotten rid of yellow or something here. Mainly because he does have that mercy cast that's going to go down. I might have to manually swipe it just so he doesn't get any mercy down. Once this team starts going, it's going to be quite ridiculous, and I don't mind him taking a single skull poke. We do have, as I mentioned, 40% skull mitigation on the hero. It's the only class currently with it, so definitely makes for a decent tank. Not the best tank out there, but it gets the job done. Well, right here, of course, Mang is the most biggest threat on this team, which is the Guard's Avatar, the thing literally his entire team is built around. Yellow, not exactly the thing I want to convert out, but it created so many yellow that I kind of have to. So at this point, we'll just throw down the second Mang, and then we'll just tear through pretty much everything on this team. Not much you can do to counter that at this point. Just need to get one more little Mang off. I might just throw it. Is that enough damage? No. If we got more extra turns, we could, because of course we are still using the Dragon class thing. We do gain an additional magic every single time, which makes it easier for us to hit with our Mang, as well as follow up with a Shadow Dragon for a kill. Shadow Dragon is not commonly a thing used to clean up kills, but actually can pretty well in this kind of team synergy. So we're just going to go for that. Poke that down a little bit. And now we could throw a Bone Dragon and pretty much just end it there. We'll have an Apothecary follow-up, and goal should pretty much be enough. We'll just go throw this once on him, and once more, and then we're pretty much done there. And yep, that is enough. 41. Come on, we need one extra turn. Show me the extra turn. Apothecary. Extra turn. Summers, go. There. Boom. Let's go get it. I want to do it with the Mang buff. Oh, no! That's not what I wanted to do. Fail. Okay, I accidentally killed him with 138 damage. But yeah, you get the point. It's pretty decent. And let's get into the next team. Revenge, Gorgolfa, and Furnace, Famine, Mercy. That's kind of funny that he would be using that. Because we're actually using something similar again. Gorgolfa, Dragon Eye, Sakima, and Apothecary. Though I do have to say, this might be more annoying if we can't get ours rolling as quickly. But essentially what we're going to be doing here is a little bit of an odd team. I have Apothecary in last slot, mainly because of the immune to Devour it has, of course, to counter all the Krakens. Sakima here is going to be playing a really interesting role. Combined with the Apothecary, it's going to be converting brown to yellow, which may seem weird because we're using double brown, but this yellow goes into Gorgolfa, so we get the board clear off the Gorgolfa to give us a better board, and then we can just keep eyeing them because we keep getting it up with Apothecary. We also have a double tank So no skull is ever really getting through this team, though a famine will. So that's actually really going to be annoying against us. Hopefully we'll be able to counter that out nicely. Right off the bat, I see a couple different moves. I'm so tempted just to convert brown to yellow. That should not be done with this team, but it's just too good of a board to not do that. So we are going to do that. We'll get the board clear. So we don't really need to worry about taking a like really weird convert too often, as long as we make sure we get Gorgulfa up. And since literally all of our mana generation goes into Gorgulfa, our Sakima does, our Apothecary does, and our Eye does, since if it hits brown or yellow, it's going to go to him first. Since basically everything we have generates into the Gorgulfa, we don't need to worry too heavily about where the board is currently positioned, because if it's too bad, we could just simply clear it. And unfortunately, we do not have alignment right here. That mainly is because we converted out the yellow earlier, but as I mentioned, we could just go clear it some. So let's see if we get lucky. Nope, we end up transforming the Gorgulfa, which actually is somewhat lucky, because of course we are using a partial skull spam team with the Sakima here. So that will now open it up so we can actually go and hit it, so that'll be nice. So we don't need to worry about it. So now we can just focus down all of our damage, do something like this, get a couple skull pokes, and as you can see, the Gorgulfa that was once a Gorgulfa easily goes down now that he no longer has that 75% skull mitigation from the transform. Let's see. So ideally here, what we'd be able to do is Apothecary and then use Sakima. That does not appear to be the current state of the board though, so I might just go for Gorgulfa or simply just Sakima. That looks like a lot of damage, and yeah, that is enough to kill it. No extra turn in there, but sheer damage is always fine. Really bad board, so of course our reserve Gorgulfa for clearing the board to give us a new one, and just go from there. Let's see, any good brown to yellow converts? That would go right back into our Gorgulfa as well. And no, we do not have any converts from what I can see, so we'll just go for the Apothecary then. And that does indeed give us our recast, so we'll go throw this down. We can either pile all the damage on this guy, or which we're probably going to do. Yeah, why not? And then just take him out, and then we'll just work it down. And yeah, that's pretty much this team in a nutshell. Works decently. And yeah, we have the Eye here. There's no real need to cast it here. At this point, since we already poked it, it's just going to make it even stronger. So not really the best of ideas. Let's see. One other pretty funny thing too is, of course, we gain magic on this based on every extra turn we do. Unfortunately, we don't have any other dragons on the team to also give magic. But one funny thing about Sakima is she's boosted by all other ally magic. So, yeah, we're kind of boosting up her damage as well from passively from doing that. But we'll just go for Sakima right here, and that should be enough. Yeah, we can just take any skull to finish that out. Do be really careful with this transform though, as I just kind of mentioned there, which is the reason why I wasn't casting it at the end. It will make them a default baby dragon, so regardless of how damaged or not damaged they are, it will make it into a standard level 12 baby dragon. So if they're really weak, like it was at the end there at only 5 HP, it would have brought it all the way back up to full HP standard level 12 baby dragon. So you generally only want to do it when the enemy is stronger, not weaker. Once you're starting to get them down very low, you don't want to use it against them. It's one of the reasons why Dragon Eye is a little bit of a weird weapon, specifically to give to dragons. Mainly because almost every dragon currently in the game is full AoE, as in they hit all enemies. And the Dragon Eye, you should never, ever, ever use with full AoE. I was trying it some, trying to make it work. It does not work. You have to use it with single target. Doesn't matter what kind of single target, it's just everything you use it with pretty much has to be single target to really get your value out of the Dragon Eye transform. But anyways, guys, yes, that is the new hero class. There will be some new synergy for it in about 2 weeks. Also, I believe the new kingdom coming in December, I think. We'll see when it comes. Also is bringing another dragon, so we'll see what that does for the dragon synergies. But yeah, really nice class, similar to the Bard. Both of them are really, really good to use. Personally, I do have to say, as much as I was hyped for this new dragon hero class, the Bard hero class is a bit stronger than this. But still, the teams that you get to use with it, there's a lot of fun 4x dragon teams out there, so definitely a lot to explore with. And since there's so many troops within that typing, there's a lot of future synergies and current synergies that can be used with it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up. If you still have any other questions about the class or anything in general, or about the 3-year anniversary, or, you know, anything, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.